realize you guys are here. Guess since you are, then you're just gonna have to join me today. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you enjoyed that little intro.
Got good shit out of me.
Didn't realize I was not alone. So today we are replacing the heater pigtail on my 2004 Chevy Tahoe. It had a short, so sometimes the heater won't work and sometimes it will. I've already replaced it, guys, so I've already replaced it, but when I replaced it, I did it fast. It was dark, so I just left it. This is as long as it comes right there. So I just left it like that. I was trying to get my heater working. I didn't have a lot of time. So today we are pretty much cutting all that off, shortening the wires, and then redoing it. So I'm just gonna bring you guys along and show you how I do it and give you some tips. If you care to join me, let's go ahead and get this video started, guys. First thing we're gonna do is this is your power wire, the red and the orange, and then you have a ground wire as well. I'm not really worried about the ground wire right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut all this off. I'm gonna cut this one down here. That way I can just leave it taped up. That way I don't have to unhook the battery. I do recommend unhooking your battery when you do this, because if say the positive wires touch the ground, then it's going to create a spark and it's going to blow a fuse, or worse, best case scenario, it just blows a fuse. And which I did that whenever I installed this, because I didn't unhook the battery, because I'm smart like that. So we're going to go ahead and leave that like it is, and just go ahead and get to cutting these wires off. Try to cut them all about the same size. All right, so we're gonna try to cut them all the same size. I know this isn't gonna cut them all together, but at least we'll get our marks where we want it. And that's why you unhook the battery. That's why you watch my videos, guys, so you don't make the mistakes I make. We got our wire here. So now we'll probably cut it even shorter than this, because you don't need very much wires, honestly, guys. It just needs to go from, you see, there's the plug. So pretty much it just needs to go from here to there. So you could literally cut this super short, but we're not going to cut it that short. We'll probably just cut it probably about here, about that much off. And then afterwards we're going to zip tie it all up and make it look nice. Go ahead and get to stripping these wires. Alright guys, we got all those wires stripped right there. I'm going to leave these alone for now, because these are my power wires and I don't want them touching any of the other wires. So we leave those alone, we'll do those last. Now what you also want to do is make sure you have the plug, because what you'll need to do, because these aren't labeled, like these don't have labels on them to tell you where to put them, so you're just going to have to do it. You're going to have to match it up to this one. So you see these plugs have, put them side by side, you can see how they go. You're gonna have to match these wires up with these wires, and you know, make sure the plug isn't upside down, because then it won't work. So your power wire goes there, the other power wire, so I believe one's a constant power and one's like a remote or something like that, maybe. If you refer to a car stereo, that's how it would be. I know this isn't a car stereo, but it's probably still the same or something like that, because both these have power. And then there's your ground. So you got black power, white power, black ground, and then this white one looks like it's going to be blue, and then purple, and then yellow, and then tan. So we're going to go ahead and trim this down a little bit, strip all the wires on this, and then we will go ahead and start wiring it all up. happens is over time, guys, these wires right here, you see all that? That happened all by itself. Like that wire came out, that wire, this wire, they get very brittle over time, and then that starts happening, and then you have wires touching together, and it causes a short in your system, and then your heater will only work half the time, you know. And then so it's just good to go ahead and replace this if you because if you feel the quality of these are very bendable, very flexible, and these are just very stiff, you know. There's like hardly any play there. So I'm making this video because with it being winter time, you know, it's definitely a good time to make sure you have a working heater. You don't want to be freezing to death, you know. Also, another thing, if your heater isn't blowing hot, like it's blowing but not blowing hot, make sure you have coolant in your system. We got this whole pigtail stripped, ready to go. That's the little excess that you don't really need. You know, you can just leave it on there if you want, and then just zip tie it all up. But I want it to look really good. I want it to look OEM, almost OEM. So that is my plan. Now we're gonna go ahead and strip these wires right here, and then we'll just start wiring it all up. So also remember, guys, these wires are still brittle when you're stripping them, so keep that in mind. There we go. We got those stripped. Remember, we're going to leave these for last, so let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and match up our plugs. We're going to start from the right and work our way to the power wire. So the first wire is going to be tan. So this is your tan wire. So go ahead and make sure these are all separated. Start wiring this up. So the first wire is tan, so we're going to take this plug right here. We're going to take the far right one, and we're going to wire it up to the tan. Well, first, actually, guys, don't listen to me. First of all, you want to get your heat shrink on the wire. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to do all black heat shrink on it. So put your heat shrink on your wire. Twist your wire so it goes through easily. We're going to grab our tan wire right here. We're going to twist it just like so. Then I always like to fold it downwards. You can fold it upwards, however you want. I don't really know if there's a better way. And you just put your heat shrink over it just like so. Right? Then you get a heat source. You can use a heat gun, but I don't have one, so I just always use a lighter. For a small job like this, I mean, you don't necessarily need a heat gun. Make sure you get even heat around it though. You know, don't just stay in one spot. Alright guys, second wire now is going to be this other white wire, and then it's going to be the yellow. So we're going to go ahead and grab our heat shrink. Put our heat shrink on the wire. Grab our yellow wire. Twist it. That's all there is to it, guys. It's not hard. So let's go ahead and we're gonna fast forward through this and get it done real fast, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright guys, jumping to our power wires now. So the white one is going to be orange and the black one's going to be red. So we're going to go ahead and snip these off. There. Right there. And go ahead and strip them. Remember, these wires are hot. They should not shock you, but it could happen. So anytime you're doing stuff to your car, it's, you know, it's always at your own risk. Just like that. See that little metal piece right there? I didn't even think about that, and I just caused a spark. So alright, we got those stripped. Now, white is orange, so go ahead and I'm going to use a yellow. I'm going to use a yellow for the power. That way I just know by quickly looking at it which is which. And the black is red. Grab our yellow. Alright guys, it's fully hooked up now, so now we are going to plug it in. You know, it's good to also always double check your work. If you want to double check it, make sure all your wires are in the right spot, because you don't want to hook it up wrong and then mess something up. So, and you just plug it up here, guys. Maybe. Alright, there we go. There we go. She's plugged in. Now, that's not hanging down too bad, but we'll probably still zip tie it up. That way it looks good. And let's check and see if we have a working heater. It may not, because I caused it to spark a couple times. So I may have blew the fuse. Looks to me like we got a working heater. Turn that off. Turn the heater off. I want to zip tie that up real fast. There we go. Alright guys, it's all done. Almost OEM. Looks real good. You could go a step further if you wanted and tape all the wire up with you know, some tape, or get some wire loom and put it in some wire loom. Other than that though, I mean, that's it guys. Super simple job. So we learned, you know, a couple things today. This is grounded, so it will spark if you touch the wire cutters to that. And yeah, just take your time with it guys, and unhook your battery. That's the best thing you can do, is unhook your battery. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this video, and I got a couple other video ideas in mind, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock out a couple videos for you guys, and then get to editing. So I hope you have a good day, and I will see you guys next time.